Stop saying that Jesus was an undocumented immigrant. All right, guys, here's the thing. If you've existed on the internet for longer than 5 minutes, you've probably seen recently a bunch of posts about churches that are posting nativity scenes with cages, with Jesus and Mary and Joseph in them, talking about ICE and deportations and immigration. And they're doing this thinking that they're being compassionate, inclusive, saying like, hey, if Jesus was trying to come today, he would get deported. And they justify this saying, oh, well, Jesus was an undocumented immigrant, and so therefore, if you support ICE or if you're supporting deportations, then you're not a real Christian. But you can only come to this conclusion if you ignore the historical context around the nativity story. 3 basic things. 1, the entire start of the nativity story, when they needed to go to Bethlehem, was because they needed to go to pay taxes to Rome and get counted for the census. So already we're starting off with the whole reason they're going to Bethlehem is because they are complying with Roman law. The second thing is in the Gospels and the rest of the New Testament, both Jesus and the disciples advocate for following the law of the land, even under the tyrannical Roman Empire. And the only time you're allowed to ignore this is if it would directly cause you to disobey God. And the third and probably most relevant point is when Jesus, Mary, and Joseph absconded to Egypt to escape Herod. Oh, see, Fortis, he had to immigrate to another land and he was undocumented and therefore... Even though Egypt was a part of the Roman Empire and it was essentially just moving from one part of the Roman Empire to another part of the Roman Empire where Herod, the provincial governor, did not have authority. So no, he wasn't undocumented, nor was he an illegal immigrant to Egypt when he went. Okay, less sarcastic tone for a moment. Our immigration system needs overhaul. If you're trying to come to the greatest country in the world and you're coming here with the best of intentions and you don't have a criminal background and you have a trade or a skill or something that you want to bring and you're going to contribute to this great country, it should not take you multiple years, up to a decade, to get your citizenship. That being said, fleeing the gates open and allowing every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come through is not the solution. Because let's pretend for a moment that every single person coming across the border was that guy we just talked about who just wants to come here, be an American, bring his family, and live a better life. Even if that's the case, you have to deal with the elephant in the room with getting here in the first place. The cartels. A little bit about my professional life. I have worked in criminal justice for going on a decade now and have worked with both people who were involved with the cartels and people who were victimized by the cartels. Their biggest moneymaker is our border and getting people across it. Assaults, extortion, sexual assaults all happen because we have elected that we want to be compassionate by allowing anyone and everyone to stay here. And this has thus told the cartels that, oh, we're open for business. Deportations and slamming the border shut, while it doesn't completely solve the issue, does put a huge wrench into this system of absolute abject cruelty that we have allowed to perpetuate over the course of the last 40 years. Because we do need to care about actually doing good and not just feeling good. God bless. Love you all. Christ is King.